Tjaoane, welcome back to the Bola. The Bola without the Bola. It's me, Dylan, Tihon, Aweon, creative blend manier, big place. And then today we got an old friend, Coretta.
Hey.
Coretta in the house. Sound like a TV show. Coretta in the house.
Yeah, but there was a TV show called Corey in the House, I think.
Remember?
Yeah, so Corey is in the house.
Yeah, Corey's in the house, guys. Guys, we have Corey in the house. Corey is an old friend of ours. She's from Boksburg as well. Yeah, we know we've been bringing Boksburg to the Bola.
Yeah, Boksburg represents here on the Bola.
I think Boksburg needs to start watching the podcast so they can
really
see what they are producing.
Of course, man.
We've been doing
Yeah, they must.
I think our grade.
Yeah.
No,
There's-
this is
There's
true.
like many
Yo.
success stories that came from
Yeah.
It's amazing.
people are doing quite well. So.
It's
Yes,
amazing.
even people who didn't expect to do well.
Yo.
Look at the man, check out
Yes.
nigga, where did that come
Where
from?
did they come from? Even asking yourself, is this the same person?
Are you
Really?
sure you're the same person?
No,
Not a clone?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Coretta was doing air hostess.
Yes, I was a flight attendant for
Com Air.
Com Air Limited for about 6 or 7 years. Yeah, it was actually
Was that part of your plan?
it's always been part of the plan, but it didn't go as planned entirely. So I had always wanted to become a flight attendant. The idea was to become a flight attendant, travel the world, buy fashion around the world, come back to South Africa and open up a boutique with that fashion. And then marriage happened before all of that, a child happened before all of that, and I had to kind of adjust my plans according to that. So yeah, we'll still buy fashion and travel the world, just not as a
But no
flight
more
attendant.
boutique.
And that, I'm still gonna do it, just not by flying, not internationally.
Just not being
that
away
is,
from home all the time.
Yeah, that is one of the most taxing things that could ever happen to a family.
Yeah, you can imagine.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And many marriages don't last. With people in that kind of industry.
Yeah, because it's funny that you say that, because my husband and I were talking about how so many things go wrong in this industry, and the freedom that you have
Yeah.
to do whatever you want, and your
And the
partner would
temptation
never,
also,
would
you know.
never know, would literally never
Yeah,
know. They would never
yeah.
know. I mean, you could literally be going to a hotel to meet up with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
You get me?
And you don't know anyone there. He doesn't know anyone there. It's a foreign place.
You
It's unlikely that it's going
understand?
to get
Yeah.
back to you.
It's terrible. It's yeah, but I think it all goes with trust as well, though. Knowing what you're coming to work for. You know, I mean, it's either you're going to work for your family and your future, or you're going to play.
Around and explore.
Yeah.
Explore in the whole areas.
And I mean, obviously, the age that I started at, exploring and playing made more sense.
Yeah, for many people, eh?
Did you start straight after school?
Yeah, I think I was 20 or 21 when I started at Com Air. So I was doing odd jobs before that. And yeah, so 21 years old, I started at Com Air.
So would you say it was easy getting in the industry? 'Cause I know many people say, "Oh, I'll become a flight attendant."
Listen, if you've got what they're looking for, it's easy. That's how I feel. I
Did
could
you
be
have what
wrong.
they were
Yes, of course I did. Of course I did. If you've got what they're looking for, then it's easy. Literally, if you fit every single criteria, I do believe that it's easier. But you find that so Com Air used to train as well, but they would train and not hire those people.
building a powerful brand that can create opportunities for us
others.
and for other
Yeah.
people as well.
Yeah.
You know, growing it, maybe creating employment even. And yeah, not having like just a day-to-day job where
Yeah.
you go every day, 9 to 5, you know, and making like a bigger like impact. That's the thing, you know, impact is like a big thing. 'Cause
This is very true.
Yeah,
I know
lives
you've
can be
always been
changed.
big about that though.
Yeah, seriously. That's why, and it's something you can't run from. You know?
No. It
Yeah.
honestly is a calling, and you have
Yeah,
to.
that's exactly what it is.
answer.
A calling, you
Yeah.
know? So
Wow,
if it's a
big
calling,
ups.
then, hey, God keeps calling me back to himself. Like, hey,
Nope, this direction.
yeah.
Come,
No,
you're not done.
you can
yet.
go in that direction for a little while, but eventually
Go back.
you find yourself back
Got
there.
you. I hear you.
So
But
yeah,
yeah, we were getting into the criteria.
Yeah, so I mean, your standard criteria for a line is height. You need to be a certain height because you have to be able to reach the overhead storages where the bags go.
I failed already.
Unfortunately,
there's no step that you can take. Right?
no, unfortunately not. No. So it's that. I know that certain airlines also have got an age criteria, so you can't be younger than the age of 21,
You're not older than
and not older than, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 40.
40.
Yeah, it's about 40. What is the other one? There's quite a few. You have to be able to swim.
Hey,
I still don't know how to swim, guys.
So how did you get through that one? The swimming.
So, prior to the interview, I panicked, called my friend. I'm like, oh my lord, I need to learn how to swim. Teach me how to swim. 2 days of teaching how to swim, dismal failure. And someone, I called one of the ladies that were interviewing me. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I can't swim. And she was like, no, don't worry. You just need to have a life jacket on, and that's gonna keep you floating.
Yeah.
So I went for my try for they call it ditching. So with the ditching, you have to dive into the water and swim a certain distance and then come back again, and then be able to hold your breath or be still in the water for a while. Then I failed that, and the lady was kind enough to give me a life jacket. And she's like, you failed. If you don't get it right the second time around, that means that you're not gonna fly. So take this life jacket and go practice with it. Went to the Boxburg swimming pool with my orange life jacket, and I started diving in there, learning how to swim with a life jacket. So my second try, I made it. Yeah.
But thank God for such people.
Thank God for life jackets
Yo.
and such people. Yeah. But I must say, it was how I entered the industry and how I got chosen amongst everyone. It's still a mystery to me, a blessing as well, because sheesh, it's a tough one. It is not as easy as it looks to
Don't
actually.
just go and look pretty there.
Yeah.
No,
There's
not at
more things that
all.
goes into it.
Unfortunately, a lot of people think you just need to look pretty, be tall enough, and have the right body. But
You must do the Trevor Noah.
yeah, you know the Trevor Noah. But there's a lot of things that they do during the interview and tests that you get,
I
and
remember you said you must get like 80%. How much did you want?
90.
90%.
90,
eh?
yeah, nothing below 90% to pass for every single subject. So this is aviation medicine. This is what they call, I've already forgotten, it's been so long. So every single subject that has to do with aviation, your dangerous goods, your learning of the aircraft, you have to learn the aircraft.
Also, it was
Every
quite interesting
single
also.
part of the aircraft. You
What
don't
is
even
it?
fly there. It's interesting, but I mean, it's like, but why do I have to learn?
Yeah, there's other people for this. you know.
Exactly. There's the pilot. Why am I?
Yeah.
You know. But yeah. So there's dangerous goods. You have to know what is allowed in the airplane and what's not. There's safety. So saving people should a crash happen. Firefighting. That you have to learn. And these are things that you have to renew yearly. think it's only 3 things that you have to renew every 2 years or 3 years, but everything else yearly you have to go and renew it to know, for them to know that you are still current, you still know what you're doing and still talking about.
Yeah, but that's the nice thing about like the aviation industry. The standards are so high, and it also makes people feel comfortable and safe. You know?
This is
So if you fail the next day, you get fired.
yeah.
Or
Well,
give an
okay.
opportunity to redo it.
You're given an opportunity to redo it, and if you can't, then you go back to training, like
The whole training.
the initial training. So there is what they call initial training, which is 3 months. 3 months. So Come was known to have the longest aviation training in South Africa. So we were always known as the best cabin crew in SA because theirs was the most hectic, I swear to you.
And you got to train with the best.
Definitely. Yeah, but once you have done your ab initio, which is the initial training, when you go back to do your annual training, it only takes about 2 weeks, and it's a refresher. So if you fail the refresher, then you go back to the swimming, you go back to
full training.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's no more true and false anymore. You have to write written questions, and the sad thing is that you have to write it almost word for word. The worst is aviation medicine. It's like you're going to medical school. You have to learn how to now deliver a baby. You have to learn how to do CPR, cut an umbilical cord.
Yeah.
You
Like-
can deliver a baby.
Yeah,
Hey, who would have thought that
basically.
you
I
have to do
mean,
all of that?
no,
and learn all of
a lot
that.
of people don't think so. They literally just think, okay, flight
You
attendant,
just take tea.
you're just there to
you know,
look pretty.
tea and drinks.
And that's what
Snacks.
most even customers will tell you. You just here to look pretty. Like,
Yeah.
okay, sir. We'll talk about that when you're busy drowning there saying help me.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And you'll see.
Or when you're choking. We'll see.
So
Okay.
in 6 years into aviation, was it your decision to leave?
Yes and no. Yes and no. So we in 2019 I decided that I wanted to be more hands-on in our business, right? My husband and I's business, because I saw a lot of potential. So come 2019, I applied to be a part-time flyer. So part-time means 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off for flying, basically. So that's what we did. We agreed. Took the part-time. I only got it in 2020. Getting it in 2020, literally Feb. Got that part-time. I'm happy. This is where we're going. This is the plan. Then the lockdown happened. Lockdown happens. Then there's talks about retrenchment. They talk about retrenchment, okay, but now because we're retrenching, we are looking at the last ones in will be the first ones out, as well as the part-time. So it's like, damn, I just got this part-time. If I knew, I wouldn't even have considered it, you know? And there was a lot of emotional challenges that were coming with where the company was at that time. Because today they tell you that you're not getting paid, and then the next week they tell you that you're only getting paid about 30% of.
Because of the whole COVID.
Yeah, so COVID it messed us up real bad. And my partner was like, you know what, this is too much for you, I can see it. Rather just quit entirely. And this was when they were offering the packages. So yeah, I'm a retired flight attendant.
Okay. So then you leave that.
Yeah.
Before you even 30.
Imagine, man, I'm a retiree.
So you leave that and then you jump straight into the business. With
I leave that and I decide that, okay, let me fully concentrate on AD shatterproof autoglass, in which I was already involved in since I was flying. Like, I had such hectic schedules. I think I barely slept because I would literally go from work, come back home, cook, and then when everyone's going to sleep, I'm on the laptop. working on the business. If I'm off tomorrow, then I'm gonna sleep at 7 a.m. when everyone is leaving for school and work. You know,
So you work right through the night.
literally, yeah. Well, I'm a night owl. I love working at night. It just makes sense. There's no distractions. You're on your own and you're able to kind of, you know.
Uninterrupted.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So that was our life, or that was my life before leaving. After leaving, I guess it calmed down a little because I didn't have Commie to go to. And yeah, I started going to the workshop and working with hubby side by side. Whew.
How is
So-
that big?
Whew. Hectic. It for most part it has been quite beautiful because we know our roles, right? He knows his strengths and weaknesses, I know my strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes it clashes though because I mean human nature. But for most part it really has been good. It just gets a little bit messy when you mix the business with the pleasure and the home and
So, like, what would you say? Like, you don't always know when to separate it, or what is it?
I
or
know.
Or you don't know when to switch off.
I know when to switch off. I know when to switch off. But I feel like my partner is the one that doesn't.
He doesn't switch off.
He doesn't switch off, you know, because I'd be at the workshop, for example, and I'm doing my thing here. And I'm treating him like my business partner, like a person who works with me or we work together. And he wouldn't be happy about that. Because it's like, but I'm your husband. And like, put me at work. No. You know, so it got a little bit messy there because he just could not understand why are you changing up on me now all of a sudden.
You're wearing a different hat.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's
in
like
the
my-
workshop when you're home.
And
it's
then
a
you get
different
home and you're like, oh, baby, and it's like, no, but earlier on.
hat. Now all of a sudden, now I'm
But that
baby
was a
now.
different story. Not
Yeah.
me. That, you know. No. Yeah, he never got it.
So 80 shared the food. So this one started by your husband.
So, yes. So, a beautiful story to say the least of how AD started. So I got pregnant, I think at the age of 18 or 19, right? Fell pregnant, had his baby, we got married. He lost his job on the day I was giving birth.
On the
Right?
day.
He lost his job on the day I was giving birth. Guys, life is hard. Losing his job, the people he thought were his friends were not
They
friendly.
were not there.
They were not friendly at all. So we had to make the hard decision of moving in with my mom.
Oh,
I wasn't working at the time. I have a newborn
Yeah.
baby.
Just finished school also.
Just finished school. I mean, 19, 20. Just finished school. Moving in with my mom, with my husband and son. We out here. And he had to make a plan. I mean, you know. He went to some, what was it? A space in Joburg. I just forgot the name of it, but it's quite a popular one. And he was working for that man for a while, getting paid peanuts, but making it work. He got into an accident with that man's car, and the man was like, it's either you pay up or you disappear. And he disappeared because he's broke.
Yeah, that was
He lives with his mother-in-law, you know? And then from that space, he realized or saw a market because from that space sells windscreens, but they didn't have a fitter. And he had seen how windscreens are fitted. This is a person who had never
Was it
fitted a
actual?
windscreen.
Oh, so you never did it yourself?
Yeah, he's only seen people do it.
Yes.
So he saw people leaving with windscreens but not having anyone fitting them. This is in a Golf 1, mind you. He's driving a Golf 1. So he went to people and was like, hey, do you have anyone to fit your windscreen? Nope. Can I do it for you? He started building up his toolbox and he started fitting windscreens there. So that was his spot. That spot had not a single person who fits windscreens. This was in 2014.
So it was a place that sells.
It's a
them.
space.
Yeah.
It
but
sells, yeah, but it didn't have anything. Now when you go there, Julie's, I forgot the name of it, bumper to bumper. That's it.
I was thinking about
Yeah,
the
bumper to bumper.
bumper. Okay.
So
yeah.
if you go to bumper now, it doesn't matter where you go in that radius. Within that radius, there are so many windscreen fitters. So I can say
So
he's
he was like one
literally
of the first.
he was the first, not even one of
The
them. He was
pioneer.
literally pioneer, my guy.
Oh,
So obviously because I was always home and he on the days that my mom was not going to work, I would leave my son with my mom and go with him to work. So I learned to fit windscreens with him then.
Okay. So you can even fit the
I fit the windscreen, I do a stone chip repair, listen,
all of it,
name it,
sure.
I do it, you know. So yeah, that's what happened. He taught me how to fit a windscreen. We would do it together on the days that my mom was off. Then I pushed him to open up a workshop. He decided to open it in Windmill Park. Dawn Park, actually. It's in Dawn Park. So our first workshop was in Dawn Park. Tiny little space with very little windscreens. And that's where we started. Then we decided that we want to expand, wanting to get a greater target or a bigger target of people. So we wanted to go closer to the burbs where it can be a mixture of the white people and black people and. So we went to Boxburg, just down the road from the Eastern Mall in Funding Road.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that was in 2016 where we opened up that workshop.
I thought it's a recent because like when I spoke to you, you were still working. So in my mind, it was like it's more recent. But since 2016.
No, yeah, AD Shutter Proof was basically conceived in 2014. It used to be 4D Shutter Proof. I don't know why they changed it. I can't remember why it was changed, but it was 4D Shutter Proof. And then in 2016, it became AD, which means all dimensions shatterproof photoglass.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you'll grow.
Then we grew.
I was checking and I saw, I think the first picture I saw because I was scrolling down on your Facebook. I saw a Porsche. Yeah.
Whose Porsche is this?
I don't know whose Porsche it is, but they were changing on a Porsche or were doing a windscreen on a Porsche.
Yeah.
And I scroll down further and I see they're doing like a whole police fleet.
Yes. So, yeah, as you say, we grew, and that was, or that is my role in the business, the marketing, you know, the finding clients and the likes. So, again, the best move that we ever did was to move to Boxburg. Because again, location is important, you know, and location is very important because image is everything. So we started then registering on databases, any and every database that you can think of, from your Transnet to your ESCOM to your SAPS.
I saw buses now.
Yeah.
And I saw other people is buses.
Rasa.
And then I saw the weirdest thing, but I saw a train.
Yeah.
What?
Locomotives. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you guys have done a lot.
Everything,
Buses,
any vehicle you can think
trucks,
of, as
whatever.
long as it's got a glass, we do it. We can make a plan, we do it. And with the locomotives, the earth-moving machines, as well as the trains, we usually cut it to size because we actually don't have a manufacturing company that does it in South Africa yet.
Okay.
So most of the time, they need to import these glasses, which is a little bit more expensive. So what we do is then offer our services because we are able to cut it to size and fit it for you.
Oh, you guys are actually very efficient. I came there within like an hour or so. I was there, they fit it for me,
Is
sorted. And I paid about like half of the price that I would have paid somewhere else because I phoned for quotes and they did it like chop chop. Also after that, like a week or so after that, I sent someone there.
Yeah,
Same
thank
day.
you for that.
Yeah, but
Much
like that.
appreciated.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, man. But yo, same day that I sent them there, they got sorted. They phoned them in the morning, they got sorted in the morning or something. So
Yeah, efficiency is very important, you know. We take pride, or we try to take pride in customer service. Like, if you look at our Google reviews, that on its own tells a story. It's not reviews that are bought. It's not reviews that you call a friend and say, please, you know, give us a 5-star and a comment there so that our reviews can go up and our rating could go. No, it's none of that. It is genuine people who love working, who love what they're doing because they know where it comes from. Most of the guys that work with us now are guys that we started with in 2014.
just build the relationship with people.
Correct. So
And also the quality and the standard that you guys produce.
yeah, like we try. You know, we're so tired of this whole thing of black people can never do things right. If
Yeah,
you go
people
to,
complain about such things. And then you come to a place like AD Shatter Proof, and you're so impressed. You get the same service that you would get like anywhere else.
anywhere
you know?
else.
It's a
That's
solid,
what we
proper
strive
business.
for. That's what we strive for, because now, hey, it's bad out there. Like, they're always complaining about us black people,
Hey, yeah.
you know, so we try and avoid that.
I feel very big on the black empowerment.
Sure,
women empowerment.
yo, like, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I am so passionate because
I even see your one post asking for black-owned insurance company.
yes, there aren't any black-owned insurance companies in South Africa, guy. Not a single one.
Yeah.
We've got what do they call themselves again? Man, I forgot. I'll tell you when I remember.
But it's in because
What are they called?
What is it called? Isn't it
HVW.
HVW.
HVW. There's the insurance company.
HVW. But is it an insurance company or is it an what do they call it, man? Underwriter. Is it an underwriter or an insurance company? Not an underwriter.
Insurance company. Because my father's also insured like a few things at the house with HPW.
How long have they been operating for?
So
It must have been a few years now, man.
I think we must get them on the
Yeah.
podcast.
No, please do.
Yeah,
because I
maybe
did
speak
not
to
know.
them.
I literally searched, and
You couldn't
all
find-
I know is that there's a lot of black underwriters, but I could not for the life of me find an
Black-owned
insurance
company.
owned by a black person. The industries that we are in, so insurance, automotive is very black, white dominated, male dominated. Hence, I am so pro women, pro black people, because it is hard out here. It's really hard out here for us. How many doors that we've knocked on that have been closed on us because we're black. I literally had a company, an auto glass company, call me and said, your business or your company is so amazing that we would like to work with you, Wara Wara Fish Paste. Like, oh, okay, no, I get you. Because most automotive industry or people in the automotive industry, especially black owned ones, are like, there's some sort of gatekeeping, let me put it that way,
Okay.
especially in the insurance industry. There's some sort of gatekeeping to say, no, only these two or only these three specific companies can do auto glass, you know, so you're not allowed to go in there. And this man was like, okay, yeah, do you know the reason that they say this is because they feel, so they have meetings, he was in this meeting, they feel like black people miss everything that they touch. He literally said this
Was
to
a white
me.
guy saying
It
that?
was a white man in the same industry as me. So because they feel that black people mess everything up, they don't want to work with black people. But I have an idea. Since my business is in the same type of scope, how about you work under me? So I'll give you clients from insurance businesses, insurance companies, but your company has to be under me. So your branding, you're gonna have to change your branding to a smaller one, maybe there by the corner, and ours would be bigger. And I was like, sir, I worked really hard to get to where I am. The fact that you called me, the fact that you recognize what we are doing, you know, that on its own tells me that we are doing something right.
Exactly.
So no, it's
you have
fine.
like a proven track record. So what more
Why
do
would
you
I
want?
want to mess that up for, you know?
He ever fitted shield on a train?
Me.
Yeah, that guy.
Exactly. That's a good question, you know? So yeah, a lot has been kept from us, guys. It's ridiculous. So my strive for black empowerment and black people is all for knowing what we are worth, but also making it happen.
Yeah.
That's really a thing, make it
have
happen. Because even you and your husband could have thought, okay, no one else is doing it. But like, even though no one else was doing it, you guys still believe that you can make a success out of this business, you know? The windscreen fitting and all of that. Even though no one in the area was doing it. Because now and then we want to look at other people first and see what they are doing. Okay, he's doing it, I can also
And
do
that's,
it.
do you know, guys, like when you said he's a pioneer, like he knew nothing about fitting windscreens. There were so many people that he knew who are auto glass fitters working for the bigger companies that were getting paid about 4,000 rand, 3,000 rand a month. Can I honestly tell you that when he started AD, the auto glass business or people starting this business blew up. When we started AD, and you would Google windscreen companies, there was only about 5 or 6, 7 maximum. Now it's hundreds. And this was because he literally laid the foundation for the black person to say it's possible.
So now,
I'm doing it.
just like I was saying just now, so he never had anyone to look at. But now they're looking at him, and now they're doing the same thing.
Because now they could see that, okay, so he was able to achieve this and this and be able to buy this and that for himself, you know, which is a blessing.
And now he's employing people.
Now he's employing people, even a bigger blessing. I mean, that's amazing, I must say.
And like, you guys never limited yourself. You didn't only say, okay, I'm only going to do automobiles. I'm also going to do locomotives. And, buses and all of that.
Guys,
Who think about do trains?
Who would even think of doing trains? Or they would have said, okay, sorry guys, we don't do that, but we can refer you to someone else.
Yeah.
And here you guys are doing all of that.
I am married to a man that is curious, if you will. You know, when he puts his mind on something, it gets done. And that's exactly what happened. When we were approached by Prasa to do the buses.
Yeah.
We had never done a bus before in our entire lives. At all. He had to go and find someone who had fitted buses and ask him questions. Okay, so this one is shaped this way and this windscreen goes this direction. You know, the fitting of this one, the rubber, because vehicles are different. And he had to have this man explain to him how it's done. And he did it from there. From being explained to how glasses or windscreens as well as door glasses on buses are fitted. Because they're not the same. Have you seen the bus has got that? Yeah. And then same thing with trains.
Same thing. First time
Never.
also.
He had never fitted a train. He's never seen anyone. He was like, okay, let me see. Is there a template? Can I cut it? Is there a curve? No curve? Okay, I can make
So
it
now,
happen.
what do you think, where does that self-belief come from?
Ish. Having no choice but to make it work. I believe that's what it is. Because his self-belief only comes out when he has no choice but to make it work. When it's working, then he doesn't have self-belief and it's like, my guy,
But
what's
when
up?
he's forced to do it, it's either... Okay, so at the time you spoke to your father regarding this instrument you wanted to bully him, and then you
so-
went to the networking event.
networking event. I was networking, you know, telling people about our ideas because now I'm looking for funding, multi-million rand funding. And I guess whoever I spoke to then relayed the message to this company to say there's a company out here.
And they're big
It's
plans.
trying to make moves. Watch out, you know? So that's when we got the email after that event. And I was like, but we've been registered with you guys since the beginning of time. And you have never, not a single time, come to us and said this. Why now all of a sudden? Because they like change. We don't care if your company name has got a word in front and on the other side of it, you know, it's not just Shatterproof, but it's AD Shatterproof Auto Glass. It doesn't matter. We have patented the name. So I went, did my research. Sheesh. I sent them a hot email, Woo! Going back to the black empowerment thing, I was like, yo, wait a minute.
Why didn't you bring that email? Could have read it last year.
Guys, but it kind of went something like the auto glass industry is a white dominated and male dominated industry. AD is a woman run, woman owned, black woman owned company. It does not manufacture. You guys manufacture. We are only a small company that is trying to make a name for ourselves. The fact that you've got the balls to come here and tell me to change my name as a black young woman who's supposed to be looking up to you. You are supposed to be saying, we like what you're doing, come this direction, let's mentor you.
Yeah.
Yet you are coming and saying, screw you, threaten you with lawsuits and stuff like that. Like, I'm a black child. I don't have money, guys. I cannot fight you in court. But as a black child, I had to threaten. My guy, I had to threaten with the BFF. I had to threaten. I was like,
Yeah,
listen.
especially like your wording, so carefully
Juju,
chosen.
baby. Yeah, it was. I was like, there's a certain political party
They can't win that fight.
Do they do fitment? Or do they just manufacture?
No, they
them?
just manufacture. So why you?
Oh.
You know, it's like, how are you coming at me for something that you guys are not even in the scope of?
Yeah.
We even buy from you.
From you.
Yeah.
How are you bullying
So now,
me?
do you still buy from them?
Yeah, only glasses that we cannot find somewhere else though.
So they never blocked you since then? Okay, because of
No, they stopped. Like, they
Can't
never got the
we
email.
promote them to block them?
Yeah.
Because now they're bringing in the business. And
Yeah,
for them
but-
to even approach them with that email and
Yes,
it shows
so-
them, hey, we see you're making moves.
Basically.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm
obviously
asking,
they're
because
gonna be-
they have the audacity to send you that email. They know that you're bringing their business, yet they still sending you that email.
Listen, at the end of the day, business is a dog-eat-dog world. I think I'm learning that now. But with that being said, I understood where they were coming from. They were coming from being threatened, right? Like I said, they buy out companies. Any company that makes moves and they like, okay, they first threaten you.
If
Best
they
believe.
can't, maybe they...
That's the first thing that they do. If they can't, then they buy you out. The second biggest manufacturing company in South Africa, they were doing so well. I don't understand. But then they also now fell for the trap, and this big company now owns, I think, about 60% of this.
Sure.
Like, they just have a way to infiltrate. But now this Chinese one, they're not winning. I'm loving it. No, for real. So my biggest dream when it comes to this whole thing is to give that company a run for their money. They've had it too easy for far too long, and I'm ready to give them a run for their money.
You know, I should look
Especially
into
after what happened,
manufacturing.
even more.
Love to. That's a dream, guys. Oh,
It's a good thing that you guys
a
are never
dream that's
stopping.
giving me sleepless nights. A dream that, gosh, that's a dream. I pray one day, black owned, woman owned manufacturing company.
also gonna be there in Forbes magazine and all these
Ish,
things.
and I was aiming for 30 under 30. What do they say?
Yeah.
That one.
I know,
guys.
going for 40
Now I
under
must go
40
for
under
40 under
40.
40, my guy. Sheesh. Damn. I missed that bus. I really did.
So now
Yeah.
Coretta,
Mm.
from Com Air to AD, Shatterproof. Is there anything else?
There's a lot, but not much at the same time. I've kind of tried to step into other stuff for other business ventures, but for some odd reason these days self-belief is kind of deteriorating, right? So I kind of find myself giving up halfway through my situations, if you will. So yeah, I wanted to start what do they call it now, a sleepwear line, in which I had started it. Ooh, I had the cutest gowns and stuff like that, but guys, I don't know what's happening. But
Yeah, like you said, like sometimes you just feel like it gets just a bit much.
it does, I
And you get
guess.
tired of like constantly fighting fights,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Every level that you get to, you get a bit comfortable, but then there's something else
This
after
is
that.
true.
You can't just sit back and relax. But it's also a good thing that you guys have the vision, you know, that you have. Because especially in business, you can be at the top right now. But then if you don't keep up with the times, you're gonna get pushed out.
This
you know?
is what I learned as well. If you don't keep up with the times, you are definitely bound to kick rocks, you know.
Yeah.
This business is it's rife. It is hardcore.
So especially like with you, say you have like more time to like work on the business, think of ways to improve the business, and I'll just move it forward.
Yeah, so
Not
now
just
we started
working.
training people. So
Okay.
AD Shatterproof also now trains people to fit windscreens so that they can also now start their own business, you know, because I'm not gonna lie, there's money in this industry, and
you'll
it's good
focus on
money,
prep.
and it's easy money. Yeah, guys, yeah, our brothers and sisters need all the empowerment that they can get, you know. I'm part of this group that also does women empowerment, black people empowerment type of a thing, and sometime last year we went to a rural area somewhere in Pretoria, and it's quite weird how I realized that I live in a bubble, because this is the life that I'm living, and the types of people that I know are living a decent life, or a normal life, if you will, an average life. You kind of tend to think that almost everyone is living in such a space,
yeah.
you know. And then you go to such spaces, and it's like people worship the ground that you walk on, and people just see you in such high esteem, and it's like, but no, like you are also capable. You know, you are also able to do everything that I have done, even more than that, but they don't see it. Why? Because of the setting that they are in, how they were raised, and everything in between. So my thing has always been making sure black people know their worth. I always used to say, your BEE certificate is more precious than gold. People don't know this, right? Okay, not anymore since Cyril came in the picture, but your BEE certificate, no one, like many people did not know how to use it. And you didn't need to be corrupt and bribe people to have it work for you. Companies would ask for your BEE certificate so that it can be on the database and make it look like they are supporting black people. But they would never ever call you for a job, right? But every single year, when your BEE certificate expires, they call you. Your BEE certificate is
doing anything for
expired.
you.
Please upload it. Yeah, but they know it is worth that much. Now, we just go and upload it because hopefully this year we'll get jobs, you know? And without that, The government also does not help these companies.
Okay, so let's check here. Does it make your phone?
Telephone.
Yeah.
So the government,
So,
it helps. It helps big businesses, whether it's white owned or not, but it helps big businesses that help Black people. Their BEE score has to go down via our BEE
It's
certificates.
like points that they get.
Correct. It goes down via our BE certificate. So as Black people, we are already on level 1 of BE.
Yeah.
For them to go from level 4 to level 2, they have to have a certain amount of BE certificates so that it goes down and they're able to get
What
tenders.
is it called? Like corporate social.
Something along
Corporate
the
social
lines.
development or something.
Guys,
like
can I tell you that these companies are the ones that get the big tenders? They make it look like they don't. But they do.
They do.
They get it from our BE certificates.
Even like I think even like in the workplace, if you provide like training for Black people, for women, for disabled,
Yes.
if you do all of those things, that you get more points. So they
You
do
get more
those
points
things.
so that you can get more tenders.
Yeah, then you're busy thinking, wow, they're such good people, it's a good company, but they know why they're doing it because they benefit from it
There's a 5 billion tender that they need to get from
for them. And I think there's certain like tax incentives
that too.
and all of those things.
That too. So
And we busy
most of
praising
us, and you're like, oh my gosh,
They're so
let me
good.
send my BE certificate.
Yeah, meanwhile it's just the end of this.
No. So I became very cheeky with my BE certificate. Each time I would get an email, I'd say, okay, please explain to me why I need to send you my BE certificate when I'm not getting anything from you.
And they respond no.
And they'd be like, no, some of them would. They'd be like, oh, we didn't know, we're not sure why, we'll find out for you. And then they find out and they're like, no, but please send it. We promise we're gonna make it right. Then they make it right for like a couple of months and then it's back to square one. So we need to stand on our own, be independent in what we do because no one's gonna do
Like
it.
ownership is a big deal. Like the other company, they wanted to put their big logo there and your small logo there at the top. So you don't really have ownership because you still have to do what they say.
What
you
they
need to do.
say. It was exactly that, eh? Which
So
was quite
when are we ever going to have
Put another
ownership
one.
if it's like that? And if we're going to get fooled into taking such deals, yeah, many sell out because just for a bit of comfort.
It's about comfort. It's about making. We never think of the bigger picture. I think our biggest problem as Black people is that we don't think of the bigger picture. We don't see the end result of what we are doing now. Hence, it's easy to then sell out. It's easy to say, okay, no, it's fine if my logo is tiny and theirs is big because I'll be making a certain amount of profit extra from what I was making before. Now I'm working with insurance companies, you know. I've had another fight with one of the biggest insurance companies in South Africa as well. Oh my gosh, guys, yeah, it is bad. It is really, really bad. I'm not gonna lie. Access to market is not the easiest thing yet. So us getting your process, us getting your SAPs, it was literally because they have no choice but to use Black people, you know. Other than that, you can't. There is not a single white-owned company that will touch you unless they are private, unless they are just running their game for whatever it is, but not necessarily an entity that is an insurance-owned one saying, we want to work with you. No matter how good your track record is, no matter how much you can prove with pictures, with none of that, it makes no difference. If you're Black, you whack. You know, yeah.
But at least if they can give you some jobs, see how you perform on that, and then based on that they can see, but not even, they're only going to give you a chance.
No. None of that. It's such a sad situation. They do not do that. And we now have gotten to a point, unfortunately, even access to market in the government fleet has become near impossible to get into.
What would you say? What makes it like a bit more
Our
difficult
dear
now?
president, our new president, Jacob Zuma was for the people, guys. We can say what we want. I'm getting a little political about
Yeah.
that, but Jacob Zuma was for the people. I think I would like to pride myself in saying, for every tender that we've gotten, we've never had to bribe anyone. We've never had to sweet talk anyone into giving us a deal, right? And that was during Jacob Zuma's reign,
So
where
you
they
can actually see
thought
the difference.
you could
then
go,
compared to
yeah, no, now they even moved it to a certain company. The entire South African fleet has been moved to a certain company that now dictates what happens with these jobs, which is supposed to rotate amongst all the companies in South Africa that are in the automotive industry. So if you're in Boksburg, every single
You get a turn.
department you have to get a
And
turn.
you can't have a tender for longer than a certain period of time. And it
You
falls
can't
over to
have
the
a
next one.
certain amount of cars at a time, so you can't have like over 15 cars alone when there's another company that is, not doing anything. So they have to rotate.
But
You
still,
you get a job for like one car once every 3 months now.
Is it?
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. And with the BE certificates, they're not bothered anymore. They're not trying to ask for your BE certificate anymore. It's
Yeah,
like,
sure. And we don't see these things, because we're not in those
Yeah.
industries. We only look at the small things like,
Of course,
fuel prices, the food
yeah.
is going up, load shedding, but we don't see all of these other things going on at the back there.
nah,
you know?
it's quite hectic. It's quite sad. I'm not gonna lie.
So now the glass fitment industry is male dominated.
Correct.
Since you now started in 2014, have you seen an uprising in female forces?
Yeah, not as much as I would like to, but there's quite a few. I think I know of like 3, if not 4, female auto glass companies that I know of.
Oh,
That
really?
I know of, yeah. So one of them I used to work very closely with. It's a beautiful father and daughter business type of a thing. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting lost now in that. But yeah, so we seeing it, but it's not as it's supposed to be, or as much as we'd like for it to be.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the automotive industry in general, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So what do you think can be done to like improve that?
Empowerment, man. I think whether it's seminars, an outreach, I'm not even sure. Trainings of these women, showing them, proving to them that it is possible. You can do it. You can run a business in the automotive industry and you can succeed.
But then how do we get women to show up? Because we can have the trainings, we can have the seminars, but will the women show up? Do you think there's enough women that is looking towards that industry?
Probably not, hey? Probably not. Unfortunately, most of us as women, we want to stick to the comfort zone of what women do. So it's the beauty industry and the likes. But I have hope because seeing how many women are tapping into the engineering side of things, which is also now a male-dominated industry, then there should be hope for women. I just don't know how yet.
But I think also on the other side it's like identity, just changing that perception, because like when it comes to identity, you don't associate with certain things because you think that certain things are reserved for men. So just like breaking down those barriers like through mindset also,
Correct.
and then showing them as a woman you can have a profitable business.
And you can still look cute fitting a windscreen. It doesn't mean that
doing
you're gonna be greasy and you can still have nails and fit windscreens. It's a bit of a struggle, but it's
But you can do
doable. It's doable. So,
But you still get home. You still do the leads.
I do. If we're short staffed, I definitely do. I fit windscreens when we're training. I'm hands on. I want to see how it's done. If you started something, it's not always easy to let someone else run it a certain way. So, for example, the whole training thing, I feel like, and probably not, but I feel like I know a bit better than the guy that started working with us 4 years ago, So if he's like training and I feel like, no, but that's not how it's done, then I would want to kind of step in and say, no, but try it this way. Which is also not always easy because, again, as a female, I've been looked down on so many different times by men, Going to a meeting with my husband, they don't even look at me. Like, they don't.
So all the questions, everything's directed at him. Like,
They think you're just there for aesthetics.
I'm just the doll there, and that's it. They don't look at me, they don't talk to me. But I've been blessed to have a partner who is okay with me taking the lead. This is not his thing. Talking is not his thing. Meeting with people is not his thing.
Come with you, shit.
And I told him to come, eh? I told him to come because he was bored there at home. But
Yeah,
this
he'll come with you.
is none of this is not. It's
not really his thing.
No, it's not.
but
So-
like, this is like actually your type of thing. Because even when we were in school, you always had that, leadership thing about you. Because when we were in school, even I remember, you had some prayer meeting, prayer
Yes,
group
I
thingy
had
that
a
you were
church,
running
I
there.
had a
She had her own church
church,
in school. From a young age, she was
I
already
had a
leading.
church group. I forgot
So-
about that.
Yo, and
and
then
we were
that's
told
one-
to disperse.
Yes.
But we
Oh, they said you must disperse.
Just to sorry to cut you off there. The training, you mentioned the training. So if there's anyone watching that's interested in they want to maybe attend the training or maybe how do they reach out?
Okay, so you can send an email to info@adshatterproof.class. So that's info@adshatterproof.class, or you can call us, or the website. Website has got all the details actually. So it's it's a long one. www.adshatterproof.class.co.za. It's a long one, right? AD Shatterproof. That's a shatter.
We'll put it up
and then
there on the
A.
screen.
Okay, yeah. Shatterproof. Also lost.co.za. All the details are there. So phone numbers, emails, and all of that to get a hold of it. Yeah. So, guys, it's hectic out here. Don't run businesses.
Run businesses, guys.
We need more of those.
Don't run
No, I'm
businesses.
playing. No, run businesses. You have to run businesses.
Run businesses.
There's a song by Jay-Z
I,
called Entrepreneur. Do you know it?
Maybe if I hear, I might
Me
know.
either. Me either. But that song, it's called Entrepreneur by Jay-Z and Pharrell. So he speaks about, the music video is out of this world. He speaks about the black entrepreneur
okay.
and how we need to make an impact out there, like instead of buying a certain type of champagne, you have to buy Ace of Spades because it's black owned. Instead of buying Nike, buy Fubu because it's black owned.
Instead
like-
of buying Nike, buy Trade.
Yeah, instead of
Yeah.
you
Instead
get
of buying
me.
Adidas, buy a well.
Where on? You understand exactly that.
Yeah.
It's one of the most beautiful songs. Every single time I find myself having to go to a meeting, it is my hype song. Because there's a part where he says, if you don't own the building, stock the shelves and keep on stacking till you stock in for yourself, right?
Okay.
Yo guys, that song, like
Hey.
from the beginning of it, it's a motivation song that the black child, you can do it. The chorus literally just says black man, black man, black man, black man. And then there's a part, my favorite. He says, see, everything that you place after black is too small a term to completely describe the act. Black nation, black building, black entrepreneur. We on our own. But what is it? Yeah, black. Now I forgot it. I'm sorry.
Hey, what a song,
But it's
man.
it's beautiful.
Listen to it
Please
anyway.
listen to it, Entrepreneur.
And like now I can see actually why you wanted to work with Alino and Lungelo, why you wanted to start a podcast together. Because the same things that you are saying, I've seen like Alino post that type of thing
Yeah.
on like his Facebook and that black empowerment, black what's that production thing called, Black Kings or
Yes,
Black Kings, yeah.
Black Kings.
Black Kings,
yeah.
so-
We need to get them on here. So, oh, we
When
actually
they
tried,
come-
but they are in
when they
Cape
come
Town.
this
So,
side.
yeah.
It's hard to find or to have both of them coming at the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time.
that's
So
what
you
Selena
always
also
have to
told
do
me.
one or the
Yeah.
other.
yeah. We wanted them both to come, but we'll do like one.
Yeah, one or the other. But yeah, tell them to tell you when or should they find themselves being here together. It happens but once in a very long time.
Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky one time.
Yeah.
We can get it
Maybe
done.
we can go down to Cape Town.
Ooh,
Okay,
there's
so
an
that's Cape
idea.
Town, you know?
Take me with you.
Sit up there, you can come with us. You can co-host with us, you know?
Would love to, definitely. Like
It'll
it's
be so
all the
cool, man. Cape Town is
juice.
it's a great place.
It's
We've even been speaking about relocating.
He's so
I've been speaking to my
sweaty.
partner as well about like maybe
Yeah,
relocating to Cape
partner.
Town. Not now, but
Hey,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Like,
man,
what is
yeah.
this that I hear now?
No, it's not now. Like maybe sometime in the near future, you know?
Or
Maybe
in the far
relocating to,
future.
like,
future.
Cape Town or something, you know? So yeah, man, we have a beautiful country. There's some beautiful place out here.
Definitely.
And as I always say, this thing of you were born maybe in Boksburg, grew up in Boksburg, get old in Boksburg, die in Boksburg. You don't really see what's out
Yeah.
there.
The rest of
you
the
know?
world.
Yeah, and like it's so nice living in Boksburg. Wherever I go, I can walk in the mall. By the time I walked out, there's like 10, 11 people that like
This
we
is
greeted
true.
each
They
other and
know
all of
each
that.
other.
You know, so many people. I can go to Actonville, wherever around like the East Rand. There's always someone that I know,
Mm.
and it feels good. It's nice connecting with people, acknowledging someone that you know. It's very nice, but sometimes you have to move out.
Venture
Yeah, like,
out.
with your come you got to see places.
See places.
What are
meet
some of the
people.
places you got?
Look, I mean, Kome only flew regional, so that's
Okay.
like Africa. So like your Cape Town, those are the places we've gone to. Your Vic Falls and the other one in Namibia, Mauritius. You know, those are the spots
Okay.
that we've
Yeah.
been to.
And many people don't
Have
even
you
make it.
ever
that-
been
that
out
far.
of Africa?
I've never been out of Africa, guys. Can you
You've
believe
been-
it? My partner, I blame
no,
my
only in
partner.
Africa.
I blame my partner. He's afraid of flying, guys. Like, it makes me so angry.
But didn't you tell him it's like one of the safest modes of transport?
We went on vacation the one time to Durban. He's like, I'll catch you guys there.
So he drove
He
there.
drove down.
Flew with my son, he drove. He's like, deuces.
So now where does
So
this fear come from, like fear of flying?
Air crash investigations. Yeah.
Is
But that's not, it's like so uncommon, you know, for those things to happen.
I keep
Very
saying,
uncommon.
but he's not having it. He's not having it. So yeah, I can't now go to Egypt. Okay, I'd love to go to Egypt, still Africa, but that is, if I were to go anywhere, like my first spot to go to, it would definitely be Egypt. Yeah, I don't know why, but my soul says yes.
Hey, but Egypt,
So
man.
is that your number one?
My number one,
destination?
to say when I'm ready to
What's
travel.
yours be?
Me, what is my number one? I've been thinking, where would I like to go? But I think Egypt for me is also one of them, and then Israel, I would like to go there.
Yeah.
But mostly, not even Israel, but mostly like Egypt. There's so much of the world that was influenced and stolen
By Egypt.
yeah, they
From
were stolen
Egypt,
from
influenced
Egypt.
by-
So I would really like to go there. Like there's so much
Yeah.
history behind it. And then they even say, like with the pyramids art, it was actually built in the form of like a circuit. You must see like how it goes. You know those corners and stuff
Yeah.
like that, like the spirals, all of it. They say that you think it's just for aesthetics, but it's actually if you compare it to a circuit. So they actually believe that there was a different way of like harnessing like energy, like in electricity,
Real.
in a way that we don't know. And they say electricity should have actually been free, but they don't want us to have this information because they want to control
Of
everything.
course.
And I would believe that because now when you go in the shower, you're standing here, the shower curtain comes towards you. That is also like a form of
It
energy.
is,
no?
it
Static
is, it
electricity.
is static, yeah.
So, I believe
So
that
it's
they should-
everywhere type of a thing. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
like
trying to
Yeah,
just
say?
the knowledge, us like ancient, like people in ancient times, they had so much information that is like hidden from us. Because why was there a circuit? Why was the buildings built like in the shape of like a circuit? What did they use to power their cities? You know,
That
and
is so
even
interesting.
like ancient civilizations, they believed that they shouldn't have had the knowledge to build the structures that they built. So they say we actually went like backward in time. So they believe like after how many years?
Because we can't even recreate a pyramid.
The pyramids.
And
yeah.
also the way the pyramids line up with the stars.
The
and all of
stars,
that.
yeah.
So
Oh, wow,
perfectly. So perfectly,
yes.
like how? What kind
And
of
even
knowledge
this,
did they
you
have?
see this, what do they call it? What are stones in a circle?
Stonehenge. Yeah.
They found, where is it? Fuck man. They found another one somewhere else. I can't remember where, but in a different, not on the same land or in the same country or whatever. Another fucking land.
Very
And you
far
need to
away.
travel overseas
Okay.
to go there. Exactly the same. Another Stonehenge found there.
Sure.
Like, bruh, this is here and that is there. These people didn't have any means of communication,
communication,
or you don't call
correct.
each other
So
to
how
say, "Nah,
could
do
it
it like
have-
this, do it." It's the same, bruh.
Same thing.
Wow.
And they say they never had the technology at the time to be able to move, you know, such like
Yeah.
large objects.
Yes.
How did they do it? No one understands how.
Apparently.
Compared to what we have now, they never had all of these things,
Wow.
but they did it. Like,
So, can I quickly ask? I don't think I've actually done my research with Egypt. Do they follow the same calendar as we do?
I don't
Do you
think.
know that?
I don't know, but I don't think that they would. follow the same
Because with
calendar.
what you're saying, the stars and
Yeah.
the pyramids, like, I'm quite curious.
Yeah, because of that's
We
what
need
they
a
use.
research department.
Ne?
Yeah.
Their calendar was based on we seriously do a research department. So their calendar was based on the alignment of the stars.
Yes,
and
this
all
is
of
why
that.
I ask. Yeah.
So the same thing with the Hindus. They say it's the oldest religion around. Even them, their calendar is based on that.
How many years behind are they? Do you know?
I really don't know, like how exactly, but
Because there's
Yeah.
an African country I just forgot. I don't want to mention because I genuinely forgot which one it is, but I'm guessing it's Ethiopia. I could be wrong. Apparently, it's like 8 years behind.
8 years behind their calendar.
8 years
Yes,
behind, yeah. So they're in like 2012, 2013 or something like that.
Yeah,
And we out here,
2023.
yeah. So hectic. Yeah. So also they do it with the stars. Like that's how they actually.
Yeah,
they-
because why would you do it like any other way? Like, you know?
No, but we out here with it.
Yeah, like I'm saying.
I was
because-
I was intrigued. They teach us about your Julius Caesars out there and your
Yeah.
days, but they don't teach us how that period of time as well as that group had an impact in our modern calendar. I
Yeah.
was quite surprised that July was added in commemoration of Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar,
Is
eh?
it?
What the hell?
Hey.
I didn't know
There
that.
are 10 months. There are 10 months. Originally, there are 10 months in a calendar. That's why I'm asking
Yeah.
about the whole.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking
So
like.
Pyramid.
July and then was the
I, kinda, I think it was August, but I don't know what the name is. I'm not
for
sure
August
if it's August.
scene.
Isn't it Augustine or Augustine something
I can't
something?
remember.
Yeah, because like, why do they feel like they have to add like? I'm sure it was like working perfectly fine before, and now you wanna come and change things because like those guys, they were so like egotistical.
I'm
Like
so
they want
hurt.
everyone to worship them.
This is
Yeah.
it.
White
This
people
is
stop
it.
changing things, man.
But stop!
Hey.
It's enough
Please,
now.
we were
Yes,
fine before that.
Sheesh.
Yo, because even say like in Egypt, like one ruler would be there. Everything on the pyramids, like the statues, all of that, was there. When a new ruler came and overthrew the one who was there before, he would remove all of that, and then over everything that this guy created, he would put his name there.
Oh my word.
There's like a whole story on the wall of what this ruler created and you know what they overcame, the people that they overcame, all of that. And he would just come, remove that person's name,
What's
put his
up
name
with
there.
Yes,
this ego
yes.
thing?
As if
though?
he accomplished
Yeah,
all of that.
All of that.
So that's why sometimes you can't like believe everything that's in history because names were changed and all of these things.
Yeah.
Nah.
That shit was removed like from the Bible, from it. Things were removed.
Yeah, the
They
Bible
control
is another
everything.
one.
They want us to know what they want us to know.
But guys, it's
And
getting
what they don't want
worse,
us to
though.
know, they take away.
But it's getting
Yeah,
worse.
it really is getting worse, right?
When
And
it comes
especially
to that,
the way information spreads so fast these days. Like social media, like within seconds it's on there and you reach so many different people, so you can corrupt minds so much easier.
guys, speaking of social media, Costa teach, please.
Yeah.
Yo,
I
Costa
was
teach.
broken.
Yo, morning hours
I
I
was
was watching
broken.
there, and I checked like this guy collapsed on stage.
Yeah, bruh. Like, I didn't even know. I just scrolled on Facebook this morning. And then I see this video of
It
him
was so
performing
sad.
here.
Yeah.
And I didn't read the caption.
Yeah.
I just done assist because the caption was in another language. So I just went to go watch the video. Watching him perform there, check out it's Costa Teach, 4 Pasida 04.
Yeah. He fell
So I
twice.
check out what happened here. Yeah, because he first fell on the stage and then
And
he
then he
fell
got
off.
up, yeah.
Yo.
Then I checked, no man, what's going on here now? Then I went to go down to see most now at the
WhatsApp,
translate
yeah.
machine on Facebook you can, and I went to translate and I saw then I checked how the guy passed away. I checked what the fuck?
While performing.
Yo.
Yeah, we're losing people.
Yeah, like, yo, now I can
AKA
say,
we keep forgetting to talk about
what
it.
AK, like just a month ago, AK.
That was literally
Yeah.
a month
And
ago.
now
Yeah.
it's Costa
We have
Teach.
not healed.
Yo,
The thing is, we
No.
have not even
and
healed.
now there's another one.
And then Costa Teach is like, nah, fam, actually, forget you people.
Yo, man. Yo, and he was such a great performer. You know?
I
27 or
always
20,
want
27.
27.
Yes.
I've always wanted to go see him. Like,
Like,
when
Yeah.
35.
still young. These are
Young.
young guys.
And now you can't really
It is
deny
5
that
years
young
from where
people
we
like
are.
that.
Imagine you lose your life in the next 5 years.
Guys, do you have
Lose
life
your
insurances? Young people are
No.
dying.
Be dying.
People with children.
It's important,
Please.
life insurance.
Men, and then that's another topic for another day. Men and life insurance. Do you have life insurance,
I
my
have
friend?
life insurance. I have life insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
When are we getting it?
I have with the bank.
Okay.
But
Do you
yeah.
have life insurance?
Yeah, I know, shame. The day that I was employed years and years ago,
You started.
that was the first thing that I did.
I don't know, I'm not sure how it works, but some people say that's how like some people create wealth through life insurance.
You know how?
And all that.
Except this one company. I think there's one or two companies. So what happens with life insurance is that you have to get it early in life. So what they actually suggest for even parents is that when your child turns 18, start them on life insurance, right? So what happens is that you get life insurance depending on how much it is. Let's say it's 2 million. 2 million life insurance for 30 years. After 30 years, but this again, it depends on which life insurance. It could be 10 years, which company, 10 years, 15 years, or whatever. From after that period of time that you've been paying a certain amount, you are able to make a loan from your life insurance. So you can literally withdraw 1.8 million, for example.
Yeah, sure.
This is tax free. So you don't get taxed at all for it. And you pay it according to whatever agreement that you have with that life insurance company. You pay it back, kind of like a loan. So what people do is, most people, I found this out in the USA, gatekeeping in South Africa is real, guys.
Hey, so your travels really taught you some things, eh?
Not even my friend. Oh, but anyway, so you have to then, you can take the money, people buy property with that money, then rent it out or wait a couple of years and sell it. And then they pay back that money and then loan again. So they pay back bit by bit and then loan again, buy more property, pay, loan again, buy, pay.
No interest.
So it's no interest. So it's a gift that keeps on giving, and you don't need to be dead to actually benefit from it.
Yeah.
Yes, there you have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, except
If you don't
one
have life
company,
insurance,
the one
go
that I am
today.
under.
Yeah.
Go to the
Unfortunately,
Google
so I have to
life
choose.
insurance and select one,
I
start
think
calling.
it's called IUL. I forgot the full word for it. The abbreviation is IUL. So it's information on how you
That's
can
actually very
get
interesting,
money
eh?
from your life insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the interest is a big thing. At least you're not paying all of it. interest.
Yeah, it
It's
is a
interest
huge
kills,
thing.
Baba.
It
Interest kills.
does. I mean,
Now
With-
many
with the
people lost
loans.
houses now because of the
Interest
interest.
rates, you know.
Yeah. Bruh, people's bonds went up from 8,000 to 14, 13,000.
Because of the repo rate.
Yeah.
I've been calling the banks about that for I don't even know. Like it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. You know, you when you bought your house, you were probably paying a certain amount, but now it's like
And your
2,000
salary never
extra.
jumped that quickly. Even like, oh,
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, guys. It's
You're
horrible.
asking what is my number one? Write a note.
Yes.
But get life insurance.
yeah.
I like nice things. Yeah.
Oh, are we gonna say
I
Miami?
will take my
New York?
wife to the Maldives.
Well, he's a nice
That
place,
is
eh?
number one on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That place is
That is number one on my
the
list.
waters.
One of my friends actually went there for their honeymoon, and the pics that they took
Yep.
and the pics in the brochures, it's
Same
the same thing.
Same thing, Vele.
Yo, I couldn't
Vele.
believe it, eh?
the Maldives.
The Maldives. That is my
Wow.
number one. And I want to take my wife.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a nice
I've
place.
actually never been into like your beach places and stuff, funny enough, eh? Like wanting to go there.
Because you can't swim.
Just put your feet in, yeah?
That is true. That is actually so true.
Hey, but even swimming like in the sea, I don't like. So it's like I feel like I can't
go
swim.
in, Baba. I
Is
go
it?
in.
The
Yo,
waves
one
there,
time,
man.
no, it was, I think it was me and Lejan. Yes, sis. We went in. Bruh. Yo, we stopped swimming now. And we look
yeah,
back.
It feels like I don't have control there.
Yeah.
We stopped where we were and we looked back.
Were you far?
We were far. Then we said, okay, let's go down
Did you panic?
and see if we can touch the ground.
Did you?
I
We
don't
went
think
down. We went down. We didn't touch anything. We came back up.
Yes.
We came back up, yeah, and then we had to swim back.
Damn.
So we swam all the way there,
down.
and then we went
All
down.
the way up
Back
And
up.
we came back up. Yo,
and all the way.
You must
I
have
thought
been
I was
so
gonna
tired.
die. Thought I was gonna die.
Wait.
Thought I was gonna die because
Must have been
on the way
exhausted.
back, yo, my arms, I couldn't
You were
anymore. My
finished.
legs, I was floating. I couldn't. I was. Then eventually I reached the point where I could put my feet down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walk now.
And I
That's good.
crawled
Oh my
out.
gosh. But that must
We
have
just
been
laid on the
really
beach.
far. The
It
fact
was
that you
far.
were able to go, like,
It was far.
not even be
we went
able
in.
to
We
touch
went
the
past the
ground.
waves.
Oh,
Yeah.
how brave of you.
Man, I like
Damn,
the beach. I
is
love the
it?
beach. Yo, I
Oh my god. No, it is beautiful.
that's why I wanna go to the Maldives. Man.
Serenity.
I wanna see.
Ooh.
This time when I go to the beach, I wanna see where I'm swimming. See, there's a fish there.
Yes.
And,
All
it,
the
and we
waters
went
are so
actually, it
beautiful.
was with the boat cruise.
Oh, the boat.
That's
cruise.
when me and the Jean went in so far. And then we caught a starfish because
Ooh.
okay, it wasn't as clear as the Maldives, but it was
Clear
clear.
enough to see.
And we saw the fishes and we caught the starfish.
Ooh,
Yeah, I remember,
nice.
and then you want to take it back, and it's like,
And
you
then
can't
they
take
said
this.
no, we can't take
What?
it. Yeah.
You can't
Oh,
put
you
it
wanted
back.
to take it back like home.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
We said no.
Why did you want to do that? Oh.
Who can say they caught the starfish?
Mm.
Are all starfishes or fish orange?
It was like orangey
What
white.
color was
ish.
it?
Yeah, it was like this. Anyway.
Yeah, there's so many nice beaches. There's black sand beaches, white sand beaches, you know. So check out these things. Man.
Definitely.
Yeah, so Coretta on the bowler, on the podcast by the bowler.
What does the bowler mean? You said.
It's fire.
Oh, okay.
To follow bowler.
Some bowler.
Fireplace bowler.
Yeah, they're supposed to be a
Alright.
bowler.
Yeah.
We're gonna invite you back in the winter.
In the winter time.
When
Make a
there
nice
is a
fire
bowler.
Yes, please. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
then you
Can I
come
be the
sit
ones
at
that
the bowler.
interview you guys?
Yeah, no, you
We
can
can-
interview us, eh?
I'd appreciate
You've got
like
the skills,
that
so-
for real.
Can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
So on the podcast, we have a segment we call Write This Down, where we just want you to share something to the audience, something for them to write down to implement in their lives. It could be a quote, a philosophy, or something your mother told you back in the day, anything you want to share for people to write down. No,
we're
we-
using the phone. Yeah.
Okay. You are allowed. So that is the term or the word that I try to, the sentence that I try to kind of keep going in my mind every single day. You are allowed. You are allowed to be happy. now, and you're allowed to be angry or sad
Yeah.
later on without someone trying to make you feel some type of way about it. You are allowed to change the narrative of whatever you are or what people think you are. You are allowed to be anything and everything you want to be. You are allowed to ignore negativity. You know, you are allowed to love yourself more than the next person. If anything, that's actually the best thing ever, because self-love is the most important thing. But yeah, the most important thing that one needs to know is that you're allowed anything you can think of.
Added.
Yeah, that's true, man. It really is.
You are allowed.
You are allowed.
Let me put it there on the screen. You are allowed.
Yeah, because we keep ourselves from so many
Yeah.
good things, you know. We
Yeah,
don't always
like-
feel like we
'Cause,
are allowed.
No. Who isn't allowed?
Who? Yeah. Who's the one that?
Who's stopping you
Yeah.
from living your best life? Who's
I like
stopping
that
you
one.
from buying that luxury bag? Who's stopping
You
you?
are
We
allowed.
really
Mm.
we stop ourselves
You
from
are
so many things because of what society might think, who people think we may be. You know, like, I mean, I've always been such a conservative and chill person. To a point where if people find me in a certain setting and I am kind of acting out a character, then it's like, hi, Lerato, or Coretta,
You
you
know,
know?
like this. This is the real you, true colors, what and what, you know.
But who said I'm not allowed? We are human beings. We are multifaceted. You know,
Yeah,
if
that's
you
the-
are
that's the
if
thing,
you are like this,
multifaceted.
yeah. If you're this type of person, if you're a square, me, I don't mess with you. There's something wrong with you. As a human being, there is something wrong with you if you are a certain type of way, and it's like, this is how he is, or this is how she is, and that's it. We are humans. The human brain is capable of so much. Like you said with Egypt. The fact that the people in Egypt were able to create what they created, that on its own tells you what we are capable of. But you cannot be capable of that if you are a square.
Yeah.
You know?
So people who change the world are not squares.
No, they are all the shapes.
Yeah.
They are
shapes.
every single shape under the sun.
And they feel, okay, no, this shape doesn't fit.
Not
here.
now, not
No, I
today.
think another
Yeah,
shape would be
it's-
better.
It's like those toys that we give
The
the kids.
babies.
Then you put a square in here, and you put a circle in here. And
And it's a
when
box.
you need to be a circle, be a circle. When you need to be a
You're
square, be a
allowed.
square.
You're allowed.
Yeah, you are allowed. Hey, son, Coretta in the
Yeah.
motherfucking
Right,
house.
yes, now.
Yeah, you are allowed. Guys,
Yeah, man.
guys, don't forget, check out awareonclothing.co.za, Aware on Facebook, Aware on Clothing on Instagram. Check it out for a creative blender. And then Lerato Coretta Tjaoane on Facebook, on Instagram.
Corey
Corey
Dudley.
Corey,
Corey
yeah,
Dudley.
Corey Dudley.
Is there a TikTok?
No, not really.
Not at the
On
moment.
TikTok.
I forgot my
And then go follow AD Shatterproof
Auto Glass.
Auto
Auto
Glass
Glass.
On LinkedIn.
on LinkedIn. And also
Yeah,
go
and
to their
every other
website and
Training.
check out their training, guys. Those of you that are interested, even if you are not, and you're just feeling you need something different to do it yourself,
Side hustle vibes.
do it anyway. Go follow that training
And
and
also
do the shit.
follow Jimmy Gordon. Jimmy,
Yeah.
show your handles up there. Jimmy does a lot of good work for the podcast. He does our editing and all of that. He's also a personal trainer. So yeah, man, check Jimmy out there as well. And so before we go, we have our
Blender of the week.
blender of the week.
You must have a sound for blender of the week, man.
Yeah, no, we need and a pop up, and a sound, and a pop up, and all of that. So yeah, man, I just want to say, don't just look at the problems. You know, look at yourself, because the problem might be there. But if you look at yourself as a kind of person who is able to solve any problem, then you will handle the deal with the problem better. But if you look at yourself and say, oh, no, I won't be able to handle this problem. It's so overwhelming, you know, and you don't have confidence in yourself, then you're going to look at the problem differently. So don't just look at the problem, look at yourself.
See yourself as a solution.
Yeah,
As
see yourself
the soul.
as a solution. And if you look at yourself as someone who can solve any problem that they are faced with, then you're gonna have much more success in whatever you do.
Where don't
They're all
find the problem in the problem.
Yeah. Find a
Find the
solution in you.
Solution in you
Yeah,
for the
bro.
problem.
Yeah.
Man,
Nice.
So, yeah, man. There's the
man.
blend of the week. And yeah, we just want to say thanks to Coretta for coming
Thank
through
you
here,
so
man.
much.
Thank you, guys.
With the woman empowerment and all of that. So yeah, just want to encourage you guys, just like take a look at Coretta, follow her, see what she's doing, because you guys can actually get a lot from her. As I was saying earlier, from the time that we were in school, she was already leading, she was already changing lives, and she didn't stop. Now she's on to woman empowerment and she's still making a difference. So follow Coretta, you're gonna get something from it. So yeah,
And it's been another great episode of podcast by the Paula. What Creative V, Creative Blendo, Fika Show.
yeah.
Me, Dylan Dion, Tjaoane. Guys, you are allowed.
You are allowed,
Coretta,
guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. So yeah, and before you guys go, I just want to say Coretta is one of my biggest supporters. She's like the one person who really takes an interest.
Number one fan, maybe number
Yeah,
two.
really. I
don't
think
know.
like she's probably like number one fan. She really takes an interest in my brand, and she's already like poured so much into my life, by those words of encouragement and for recognizing like the gift that I have for what it actually is.
Listen.
So I just want to say thanks to Coretta for coming through and for blessing us, with her presence
Thank
and
you
for making a
having
difference.
me. Thank you
So yeah,
so much.
thanks guys. Until next week.
We are here.
Bye.